this is the second video to the series of how I got into vet school, and in this video I'd be talking about what I wrote in my personal statement and give some tips on how to write it. So my first and a very huge tip is to start early with it. I started when it was the end of A2, and the end of AS, and I started at the start of summer and worked on it every weekend until A2 started. This gives you time to change and edit it, because believe me, you'll be changing it a lot. So just a note, this is just what I did. You don't have to do what I did, but my structure was fairly simple, and it was just introduction, then work experience, then extracurricular, and then some finishing words. There's not a lot of space to put a lot in, so I kept the structure really simple and everything straight to the point. So get an initial draft up first and then keep tweaking it until you're happy with it. And also try and get it proofread by different people, because they'll be able to give you different opinions and insights on how you can improve your piece. You don't even have to listen to every one of their advice and change it, because then it wouldn't really be your personal statement. But try and take their advice into account when changing it. So that's very helpful when you get other people to proofread it. So for the first bit, I talked about my work experience and basically said how many weeks I did at each place, and that acted as a little introduction for me, and also talked a little bit about why it made me choose the career path. For the second bit, I elaborated a bit more on the vet placements I did and the vet practices that I went to, and I included some interesting experiences from them that brought me some insight into what working as a vet was like. So I did something I talked about a euthanasia in mine that I saw, and that kind of showed sensitivity is needed, etc. And that's the most important thing, is to don't just list what you've seen, but explain what you've learned from it. So I had a bit where I said that I've learned something in general, but I didn't describe the case, so I kind of left it hanging so that if the interviewers want to ask me about it, then they could. For my third bit, I talked about the work experience that I did other than at the vets, and again, just what I've learned from going to those places and what skills I've picked up. You don't have to exactly say what you did, and it's just mainly talking about what you've learned. So say communication by working with other people, stuff like that. Fourth bit was extracurricular, and again, just what you've gained skill-wise from doing those. Don't just list. For my fifth bit, I did a mini conclusion. So you could use this bit to say why you want to pursue this career path. So have a think over the holidays if you're working on your personal statement, because this bit actually took me quite a while to get it to a place where I was happy with it. So some general tips. Just there's not much point in trying to make it very special, very unique, because the admissions team had probably seen it before. So just try and make it so that you're content with it, instead of making other people feel like it's special, if you get what I mean. Also try and make it concise, because there's a word limit and you're probably going to run out of space if you don't keep everything straight to the point. Also have a look on the student room, because they have a load of ideas on how to make a personal statement better. And there's also, I'll put the link down in the description box below, but there's this one from the student room. It has a few examples of previous vet school applicants and their personal statements on there. So you could have a look if you have time and you're struggling for ideas. And I know some unis don't ask you anything on your personal statement during the interview, but do know what is on there, right? Don't try and BS some stuff on there and put some book names that you've never heard of before, because they might catch you out. You never know. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope it was helpful for you. And if you've got any questions you'd like to ask, then please comment down below and I'll try and answer them for you. Thanks for watching.